What's up, lads? I'm Nick Daly.
I'm Elvin New, today representing our final project, Challen Clicker, based off of Cookie Clicker.
Now, we were inspired by the amazing, illustrious Jeffrey Challen. Many people were telling us, I can't get enough Jeff. How can I get some more? We made this app to help satiate your thirst for Jeff.
That's exactly right, Nick. So how does this app work exactly? Well, basically the premise is just follow the instructions at the top of the screen.
Just touch him.
Just touch it.
My name's Jeff. I like to be called Jeff. I don't like to be called Professor or anything.
That's right. He likes to be called Jeff. He said that in the first lecture. Now, as we tap him, you'll notice our number of Jeffs is going up and up and up and up and up. Right? And, it's like the game Cookie Clicker. The goal is just get a bunch of Jeffs. Right?
As many Jeffs
as many as you can. Now, I am tapping a very specific number of times here. I want to have around 300 so that I can demonstrate something here in a second. So this is kind of slow. Can I do it any faster?
Why, yes you can.
How?
Well, at the bottom right there, you'll see a CS125
Oh, of course.
icon.
How could I be so blind?
And of course it takes you to the CBTF store.
Ah, yes, I've been to the CBTF several times.
At the top right, you can see our current amount of GIFs, and we also have these 5 icons.
Ooh.
And basically, what those are our, GIF accumulators, if you will.
Yes.
And they basically help you obtain GIFs faster without you needing to tap.
Passively.
Yes.
Wow, I like the sound of that. I'm sick of tapping. Now, each one of these Jeff accumulators, as we call them, has a description, a +1, +10, +100 button, a cost associated, a rate at which they generate, and then 2 upgrades. The first upgrade always gives ×10, the second one always gives ×1000, and they are cumulative. So if you have both, you will get ×10,000. Now, I will buy one of these, and you'll notice it subtracted my Jeffs, and I am now receiving 1 Jeff per second. Now, the reason I wanted to have around 300 Jeffs is, you'll notice the price went up, and so the first time there's no sound effect, but almost everything in this game has a sound effect after you've bought it at least once. So now that I bought this once,
There's another one.
Jeff will say there's another one. We have a sound effect for +10, +100. The upgrades, each upgrade has a unique sound effect. Now, each of these get progressively better as you go down the list in the store. Even some of them even have unique sound effects that play when you open them.
They're here because they want to help you learn computer science.
That was convenient. The tutor, they're here because they want to help you learn science. You can upgrade to a big brain CA, a TA, So finally, what we're going to go over is our settings. Now, what do these 3 settings here do?
Right, so at the top here we have our music button, our toggle. So if you can, maybe you can hear the music that's been playing in the background. There it is. And maybe you really are sick of the song or something. So,
I know I am.
So if you tap that mute button, it's gone.
That is so much better.
Crazy, right?
Does it come back on if I hit it again?
Why, yes it does. There it is.
Yeah, let's not. Okay.
And right after that we have our sound mute button. So if you really don't want to hear Jeff's voice anymore, which I don't know why you'd ever not want to, but
Do I have enough to demonstrate that? I do. So you'll notice he said another one last time. If I go back into the student and buy yet another one, he didn't say it that time. Crazy.
And at the
What's
bottom
this last
here,
button
we have
do?
a reset button, which basically resets everything to 0, which
I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that.
do.
Our Jeffs are 0. Our number of students are 0, otherwise it would be counting up. And yeah. You want to go and take a look at the code?
Let's do it.
Cool. Alright guys, so we're back and now we're in the app.
Inverse Studio.
And yes.
Let's take a look at the code here, just really quick.
Okay, so essentially what the whole thing comes down to is a timer. And every second the timer will add a quantity times the amount that the specific item will give you. Now, you saw as an example our student, right? We have 5 types, as we said: student, computer, tutor, programmer, and course developer. And these will get you varying amounts, and their quantity that they will grant you is in ascending order of the order I mentioned. Now, you want to talk about this really quick?
Yeah, so this is just how we formatted our counter. So once you hit, over 1,000 GIFs, for instance, it'll abbreviate to a double. So it'll be 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, K GIFs, million GIFs, billion, trillion, etc.
Yes. This was fairly easy to implement. Some of the challenges that we had with implementing this was where the timer was the worst. So if I scroll up here, you can see the timer update second. Every second, this is what it updates. It saves all of our variables to the computer, so that if you close the app and reopen it, you still have them, or if you go to any of the other activities within the app, you still have the same values for these variables. Something we had set up was a global variable system, just so that they could all share those variables in the first place. Another thing we had a lot of trouble with was the music. Now, we have around 17 unique songs, and they all play at different milestones, and they loop endlessly. And this was really painful for us to figure out and implement. Originally, we were trying to use the timer, but then we figured out a way to do it more efficiently without it, so we ended up doing that. Basically, you heard the song Scheming Weasel in our last clip, which plays on a loop endlessly until you get over 1,000, and then between 1,000 and 10,000 it plays a different song, and the songs get progressively more
Intense.
Yes. They'll get more intense as you have more GIFs to make for a more intense feeling. The volume also adjusts accordingly for each song. What else? I think that's the majority of our current app. In the future, we have a couple of features we would like to add. So the main things, you can take this.
Yeah, I think my personal favorite would be office hours or something similar, which you can, purchase like a temporary boost for an hour. For
We'd
instance.
add like a page for temporary boosts right here and move the course developer over.
And also like a clicker upgrade, because at the moment you'll only ever get 1 GIF per click, but as you buy more expensive upgrades and stuff, you'll be getting millions of GIFs per second, so having a way to keep up with that would be nice. And I think also just having animations was something that we wanted to look at.
We thought about when you click, it would have like the +1 go up in like a sine wave and fade out, but we kind of just ran out of time working on the timer and the music for that. I think that's everything. Most of the stuff we did a lot of like one computer, both of us sitting at it, partner programming. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Definitely download if you like Jeff.
Yeah.
If you don't download it, you might as well not even be in the class. I mean, come on.